A teenage TikTok pest, his name Mizzy, is to face charges after allegedly interfering with the safety mechanism of a train. Are you aware of Mizzy? Well, you might be, because he's getting a lot of exposure. This is the third Daily Mail article that I've read about Mizzy in the last couple of days. I've seen posts of his recent so-called pranks on the internet, various videos, various posts. He was recently on Piers Morgan being interviewed. So this guy's getting a lot of exposure. What does that mean? That means that he's going to rise in stardom, I would think. So why is he getting in trouble? Well, he's been performing a number of outrageous stunts, which are videoed. He often has a cameraman. In fact, he often has a group of cohorts with him, fellow content creators, as well as fans and followers, stalkers even, that run around after him as if he's the Pied Piper. He's been doing a lot of outrageous stunts, a couple of which have got him into some level of legal trouble, but not enough legal trouble if you ask me. Recently, he and a couple of his friends walked into a family home completely uninvited. I presume the home is owned by a husband and wife. The wife was in the garden. The group of 2 or 3 boys, can't remember exactly, just waltz in straight past the wife. The wife looks at them as if she doesn't know what's going on. And of course, she doesn't know what's going on. The boys walk into the house. They start to walk down through to the basement, but they're stopped by, let's say, the husband that owns the house, who was in the basement with his child. And there he is, confronted by 2-3 youths wandering around his house. What the heck is going on? Are they being burgled? Are they about to be attacked? Do they mean harm to him, his wife, his child? No, it's just a prank. Chill out. Just a prank. Some boys having fun. Boys will be boys. So the boys just walk from one room to the next, jump on the couch, have a little bit of fun, make some noise, and then I believe before long they leave the house. But they also leave the family in a lot of distress. What the heck just happened? Another recent prank attributed to Mizzy. He went to a public park. There was a somewhat elderly woman with her dog, a small dog. So what did Mizzy do? This social media TikTok prankster, superstar, entertainer, comedian. What did he do? Picked up the dog, ran away with it. Okay, fine. He gave the dog back after however long, a few minutes. But that's literally what he did. He picked up the dog, ran away with it. How do we know that? Well, because he's a social media star. Every last action was video recorded on his phone or on someone else's phone and then broadcasted on TikTok. I believe he's now banned from TikTok. I believe that's the case. If it is, then I applaud TikTok. They banned me for posting missing persons videos. So yeah, I'm glad to see that they've also banned Mizzy. But he'll be on another social media platform. On the Piers Morgan interview, he mentioned Twitch. I'm quite sure that he's got a new Twitch channel. I doubt he'll last long on that, but he'll find another channel, another forum to make his content, to broadcast his content. It will continue. It will continue because he has an audience, and he has an audience because for whatever reason, he and his antics, pranks, criminal acts are attractive to his audience, and his audience, I guess, are mostly the youth of England, but perhaps worldwide as well. Another prank that he recently did that I saw on video, he jumped on the back of a Jewish man, or a Jewish boy even, a very young man I would say, but an Orthodox Jew, if I'm using the right terminology, hopefully I am, wearing an all black suit with a hat. I don't know what type of hat it's called, but hopefully you know what I'm talking about, you know, dressed in an Orthodox Jewish outfit. Mizzy jumps on the back of the guy. I mean, that's physical assault. So he has faced judges before, magistrates before. He's been given a criminal behavior order previously in which he was banned from filming people without their consent. But he has continued to break the law, hence this article. What has he done this time? Well, this time he and at least a couple of his friends or cohorts or fellow content creators entered the driver's cab of a train that was stationary at a platform in Stratford, East London. For whatever reason, the door was open. Driver took a toilet break, perhaps, I don't know. And Mizzy and, as I say, a couple of his cohorts entered the driver's cab of the train and played and videoed themselves playing. What did they do? Well, one of them started pressing buttons. One of the buttons was the horn. We don't know what the other buttons were. Mizzy himself picked up the phone handset, or perhaps it's an intercom handset, started playing around with it. Hello, can I call the police? I mean, that's a joke apparently, according to him. But that's what they did. They entered the driver's cab of a train, started playing around in there. Wouldn't that strike even like a 4-year-old as being a highly irresponsible thing to do? Wouldn't that strike a 4-year-old as being a highly illegal thing to do? Wouldn't that strike a 4-year-old as being the type of thing that wouldn't be worth doing because you'd be getting into so much trouble should you do it that it's just best not even thinking about? Don't we live in a society whereby people just don't do that? The driver felt comfortable in walking away with the door open, presumably because he couldn't imagine a group of young men running in, playing around, pressing buttons. So, I dare say, the train systems in the United Kingdom, perhaps elsewhere, need to review their safety and security protocols. Perhaps now they no longer can afford to leave their doors open when the driver steps away. In planes, you started having plainclothed officers armed for the protection of the plane and its passengers and staff in the event of a terrorist attack. Does the same need to happen on the trains too? Perhaps the buses? Is that where we're at in this society? Answer, yes, that is where we're at. So that's what they did. They ran in and started playing with the train driver's cab. So he's been held, he's in custody, he's going to be facing a magistrate early this coming week. Part of the reason why he's remaining in custody and hasn't been let free as he has before, part of the reason he's been remaining in custody is because his mother, at last, is refusing to have him back in her family home. I applaud the mother. The mother's taking a stand. We're told that the mother is fed up with his antics. I'm going to say this, and perhaps it's unfair, perhaps it's inaccurate, but I'm going to say that if the mother or any other parent were to turn a blind eye to their child's illegal, immoral behavior on an ongoing basis, then that parent is enabling that behavior. So I applaud the mother for no longer enabling her son's behavior. She said, no, son, if you want to become a social media superstar, which I think he probably will, then you can do that your own way. I'm not going to be dragged into supporting you when you're performing these illegal, antisocial, immoral acts that influence innocent members of the general public and could indeed pose a significant risk to others. So he's going to be facing a magistrate. Is he going to get into more trouble, or is he going to be given another fine that he can quite easily pay and then carry on making these videos? Well, I would like to see him jailed. I think he deserves that. I'm a good boy. I don't go around trolling, harassing, pranking other people. I don't go around putting people in very dangerous positions or anything like that. Why is it okay for this guy to do that? Why is it okay for him to walk into a young family's home and do what he wants? Why is that okay? It's not okay. Why is it okay for him to pick up an elderly woman's pet and run away with it? That's not okay. Why is it okay for him to have a platform on TikTok or Twitch or Rumble or wherever it is that he'll go to next? Why is that okay when little old me gets banned from TikTok for posting a missing persons video, you know? So I think he should be jailed, and I think that he would hopefully benefit from being jailed. Seems to me, my guess is he is a young man that has not had any discipline in his life. He's not been disciplined. He's not been punished. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just guessing. But he seems to think it's perfectly fine to do whatever the heck he wants to do. And that strikes me as someone who hasn't ever faced consequences or real consequences for their actions. Perhaps he was never scolded as a child. I don't mean hit, but I mean scolded. I'm wondering if he was raised in a single mother household. Am I allowed to say such things? I'm wondering if he had a father figure in his life, somebody to tell him to behave. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of corporal punishment. In fact, I'm very much against it, although I'm not a parent. So, you know, I wouldn't say I have 100% conviction against corporal punishment, but I would say I've got 99% conviction against corporal punishment. But certainly this young man appears to have just been given a pass, allowed to do whatever the heck he wants to do. And so far, the United Kingdom, the English judicial system has gone along with that. Oh, you want to steal an elderly woman's dog for a prank? Oh, okay, well, you shouldn't really do that. Pay a fine and then you're free. Do it again tomorrow if you want. We might ask you to pay another fine, but you know. So I hope he does get jail time for him, for his benefit really, or partially at least, so that he can finally wake up to himself. But I'm going to say that in my mind, this is kind of a hopeless situation. Mizzy will become ever increasingly popular. I don't know how popular he is on TikTok, but I've seen several posts about him. There's been 3 Daily Mail articles in the last 2 days about him. He's been on Piers Morgan. I believe he's been around for several years. I've seen other similar pranks dating several years years ago, and I'm starting to realize that Mizzy was the one making the videos. This guy is going to continue from strength to strength. You have the likes of KSI in England. I don't know everything that there is to know about KSI, but you have KSI, you have the Sidemen and whomever else. They're somewhat wholesome content creators as far as I understand. But I'm going to say, as far as I understand, they shot to stardom very quickly. Yes, there was a grind. It was an overnight success, but it was a very rapid success. The same with the likes of Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Aiden Ross, Speed, Kai Cenat. Yeah, they grinded, but social media does allow exponential growth, incredibly rapid spiraling of success for those that, for whatever reason, capture the mindset of the audience en masse. Same as me. I'm probably going to be the next YouTube superstar. Probably. Seems that way, doesn't it? Got nearly 2,000 subs. Sure, I'll be on my first million by the end of the month. But anyway, my point is, he's going to continue to rise in popularity, and even worse, I guarantee that he's bringing a whole wave of other people with him. He has his fellow content creators that he works with, his cohorts, his fans. There's going to be thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of other young people that are going to see his success, and whether or not they admire his content or enjoy his content, they're going to try to replicate it because they're going to want to replicate the success that he's had. The success in terms of notoriety, in terms of clout and fame, and likely money as well. I'm guessing here, but I would not be surprised if big money got behind Mizzy. If somebody with a music studio invested some money into him, some time and money, gave him the opportunity to pump out a few tracks, watch them go viral, you know? Yeah, it's going to continue. These pranks and incidents are going to continue, and I would dare say in all likelihood they're going to get worse. There's going to be some new content creators that will find ways to overstep the mark on an ongoing basis. I think that's pretty much all that I have to say about the subject. I've gone on a big ramble all the way through. Has that been worthwhile? Has that been enjoyable? Have I been making some good points? Have I been entertaining? Perhaps not. I do appreciate your feedback. I've started making these videos where I'm ranting for a little bit longer. I used to do that a while ago. Then I started making shorter videos, and I think I might be returning back to longer videos. Not sure. I'm ever evolving. I'm enjoying what I'm doing with these videos. I've been trying to make a lot of videos, and now I'm going to try to make less, but perhaps allow myself to ramble more. I don't know. We'll see. I'm on the hunt for 2,000 members, as you know, and I've still got 2,000 to go. So you're still able to be the number one if you're very, very quick. So consider that, and I'll thank you for your time.